Well, hello. How's it going, everyone? I got me and Daniel here. I'm not even going to start with just me. I figured it's our end of the year party. And how's it going? And we got you guys in there too. And so this is our chance to chat with our Patreon members. I know not everybody can join us today, just because it is a Monday, and for a lot of people, uh, on this side of the world, it's in the middle of a work day, and not everybody can get away. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm fine. So I see Moffat, Reborn, and Zuki are here. Michael's here. Critical Moment. Hey, so people will probably be popping in as we go, but good to see you all. And this is just our chance to spend a little bit of time with our supporters and our Patreon members and our most loyal fans. And I want to thank you for your support this year. And we thought we'd just talk a little bit to you, and we'll just talk to each other and talk a little bit about how the year went and what we have in store, or what ideas we might have for next year. So what I'm saying is that we have nothing. We this has been a very quickly put together situation. Daniel and I are like, man, we did not have much time to put this together. So, anyways, uh, what do you got to say, Daniel?
No. But then again, we didn't have much time to put any live stream. For example, the Robert Holmes live stream was also kind of last minute, even though we had months to prepare.
Yeah, yeah, it worked out pretty well. I think most of the stuff that we've been able to do. It's weird because on one hand, we could be doing a lot more to make sure everything's ironed out in advance. On the other hand, we've been doing this long enough now that I think we're getting better at it without having to spend so much time with all the prep work. You know, we did spend a good hour figuring out the scenes, the OBS scenes for it.
I think that our resolution for 2023 is to make conversations with Curtis our full-time job somehow.
That would be great. How do we do that?
I don't know.
I don't know if that's I don't know if that's feasible. For a long
Not,
time,
not, not a full-time job, but be a part-time. There are a lot of streamers who actually stream all day and that's their job, and that's fine. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but maybe we can make it a part-time job.
well, it already is kind of right. It's already a part-time job. It's
Actually, it's a full-time
it's a
job.
full-time job with part-time pay. Anyways, I want to say hi to the folks that are here. Good to see you, Zuki. We have no idea what's going to happen, but hey, let's see what occurs. Yeah, exactly. Hopefully OBS will behave for our party. I think it will. It looked like it was a little slow at first, but now it seems like it's catching up. Right, said Brett's here. Good to see you. Um, First party of the year. That's right, Moffat. Yeah, so we're here. Um, so a couple of things that we thought would be fun to do is kind of talk a little bit about how much we've grown uh, over the year from just by looking at some of the YouTube stats. Do we want to dive into that right away, or do you want what else?
Well, we have first of all, you can show the Patreon members and the coffee members.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, you're going to disappear for a second. So here are our
No
Patreon members
problem.
right now, and I think I'm going to read every one of them. This is all of our 10, 20, 50, and above members. And I'm going to read them all. John Magnus Stavik Vold, Alex Misidi, a new member. Thank you for joining
And he's
us.
in the chat.
Hey, Alex, you're here. Good. That's awesome. Uh, are you Cameron Witt, Chucking Dice? These are such great usernames. Cornelio Refrustis, Daniel Tibbetts, Dean Burrows, Derek Rucker, Defective Detective, Dilda, Dustin Stroud, Elsbeth, Gary Spinrad. Isn't that cool that Gary's been one of our supporters from the beginning? Havard Krugerud, Jack Patterson, Jake, James Jenkins, Jamie Havoc, Jan Reitzik, Johnny, Jeffrey Ganner, John Longino, Kjetil Hansen, JC Superstar, Chris Latter, Lake Kabulius, Lemming, Luke Jensen, Max Wagner, MDQP, Mitchie, Rachna Sigrunardottir, another sweet patron that that's so cool that she's a part of that. Ryan H, Silanda, Sindre L Vemo, the Pants Ninja, Tina Hoffman, Tyler Drinkard, Voidburger. Isn't that great? I want to have her back on. Zach Zwex Zen Salt.
Hey, we need to change the Zwex to the Zwex.
Yeah, we got to get Zwex back in there. Those are our $10, and then our 20. Rohan Smith, Mike Wolf, Tim Newhouse, Jared Rafferty, Jay Abbott, Eric Winneberg, Michael, and Marcin Wikrowski, Sean Achimasi. I hope I'm not butchering these names too badly. The Real Kit Nathaniels, Michael Lauber, Michael James Wilbur. We got a lot of Michaels. Corbichu, CJ Time, Paul Mullen, Harrison M, who's been with us for a long time. Chris Christodoulou. Chris, good to see you. Are you here? Imperial Lord Red, Lori Whitley, Balkatai, Josh, and Razador. And then our $50 members, Moffat Reborn, Joseph Austin, Robbie Thurio, Francois Damigella at our $100 level, and once again, our top donor and someone I just can't tell you how much I appreciate, Malika Chandler. I don't know if she was able to join us today. She said that she would like to, but her work may not allow it. But anyway, if you're there, Malika, thank you. And thanks all you guys. Really, really
Malika is a $200 member.
That's what I said. Did I say that? I thought I said that. Yeah.
No, I said 100.
Well, Francois was 100. Malika is $200 member. And she has a cubicle in Wintech, which we'll show you in a little while. Our coffee donors, James Jenkins, Zwex, Moffat Reborn, CompuArt, Astronaut Down, otherwise known as Chris, Right Said Brett, and Artie Pavlov. So there you go. Those are all our folks. Thank you. It's really because of you that we are doing. This is a part of
Let's get back to the chat.
Yeah, let's get back to the chat. What do we got?
Well, Ron Wright and said, "Hi guys, Paul. Although my Tori is not here, just know that I love you too, Daniel. You know you're my man as well. Well, we love you, Ron.
Yeah, thanks, Ron.
Thanks for joining.
And I'm sorry, it just dawned on me that we really sort of screwed up. We could have invited Tori to this. I don't know why we didn't invite her. This is hers just as much as ours. See, this is where we screw up. This is where we're not thinking ahead. Anyways,
yeah.
Sorry,
Let's
Tori.
cancel the party.
Let's see what else. I pronounced Alexander's name right. That's good. Paul reading all of these names is like Dominic Armato having to read all of the titles in the MI2 library catalog. Yes, exactly. Yeah, good to see him. Terming Boss is here. Good to see you. But the pronunciation of Zwex is still Zwex. Okay, so we'll stick with that. Yeah, it looks like Moffat gave us a little something here. Thank you. Did you turn off the...
Thank you, Moffat. I didn't turn off. Did you remove the layer with the...
No, the alerts are still here.
But do we have the alerts?
Yeah, the alerts are still there. Why didn't it show up?
Let's see what's going on.
That ain't right.
Moffat Reborn donated $25. Since this is a party, use this for some spiked punch and an assorted snack tray.
Excellent. We'll do.
With those delicious spanakopita and tiny shrimps.
Ooh.
Well, I hope everyone has a great holiday season. Paul, Daniel, Tori, via Absentee, and the rest of the Patreon Coffee family.
Oh, thank you, man. Appreciate that. As always, really, your generosity has been wonderful. But yeah, we're just here to talk to you guys too. So feel free to ask questions or what have you. I think we'd love to hear your thoughts about how things are going, what you'd like to see next year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we can.
And what you'd like gone next year.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird. It looks like OBS is slowing down for some reason. It's a little funky, but I think we're okay. Widgets have wandered. Yeah, I don't know where the widgets are. Well, that's one thing we need to. I can double check.
You know what? You can change the background.
What's that? Oh, is it? Oh, maybe it's.
Yeah, I think your Mac cannot handle the awesomeness of a Christmas background.
You think?
Yeah.
Maybe so.
In the meantime, I'll
Should I get rid of
answer
the background and put a
questions
new
in the
one on
chat.
there? But
Yeah,
we have the other ones that work. We have the other
them,
ones.
yeah, but this one was huge. Anyway,
Okay.
Yumi Boop Snoot asked, I was just
We'll do
about
this.
to ask what you had planned for 2023. Well, we can tell you, but we have to kill you. No, we'll actually tell you.
All right, that might be better. I just got rid of that background, so let's see if that's.
Okay, are we on?
Yeah, we're still on.
Yeah,
Yep.
great. Okay, the critical moment says the low frame rate is somewhat charming. We actually look like Phantasmagoria 1 with 10 frames per second.
I think it's better now. Looks like it's better now.
Yeah. Anyway, I've curated some stats from our YouTube channel about what happened in the past 365 days. So it's going to be stats from mid-December last year until now.
All right, let's take a look.
So let's see them.
I'm going to get rid of this snowflakes again, and let's put this. No, put this one on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Talk us through this. Oh, you want
Okay,
to see
so our
Dan, you don't want me to
Yeah, I
share the?
see.
You want me to share?
No,
Okay,
I'm
you're good?
fine.
All right.
So here we can see that in the past year we got 225,000 views. Let me just read the smaller stats. As you can see, there was a huge bump around November, which was the Noah Antweiler live stream.
Yeah, boy, that was quite the bump. That was crazy.
And it was such a bump that they had to change the scale of the entire chart.
No. Boy, that guy really
I mean,
has
things looked far more promising in December and February before the live stream. Now it's just
just a little
a
bump.
blip.
Little blip.
Yeah.
You know, I will say though that if you guys haven't, and I'm not sure how many of you came to conversation with Curtis through your experience with Noah, but watching, looking at the comments on the two videos that we did with Spoonie, people's response to him is just tremendous. It's really quite touching how much those interviews meant to people to see him again. And I mean, 41,000 views on the first one, and we're almost at 20,000 for the second one. It's crazy. So, anyways, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Should I move on to the next one?
Yeah. Wait. Watch time was, if you recall, Conversations with Curtis had its first live stream back in April 2021. So you can see that the comparison it does is with the previous 365 days. So in 2021, in comparison to 2021, we had 477% more watch time hours than the year before and 300% more views than the year before. And we got 3,500 new subscribers in 2022.
That's
Most of them in the past couple of months.
I know. That's exactly, yeah. I'm just going to try to make sure we catch these comments as we go. Right Said Brett asks, are there still plans to have Patreon members as guest hosts? I'm still down for that. If so, you know, I think the short answer.
Zaki tipped $10, a little something for a bottle of bubbles to celebrate Christmas. Hope you guys have a fabulous festive season. Here's to 2023 and more hours of Paul ignoring Daniel's building frustration. Lol. Merry Christmas everyone X.
Wait, did everyone hear that? Yeah. Thank you, Zuki. We can't hear you, Paul.
Oh, there we go. Sorry. I think I figured out the why the alerts weren't showing up. So I think I got it straightened out now.
Muffet Reborn asks if these stats include a Daniel rage counter. Yeah, as you can see, the rage builds as the year comes to an end.
Or as each stream comes to an end.
Yeah, it's not the Noah live stream or views. This is just my rage building up as the year progresses.
So in terms of having a guest, I really do want to do it. The problem is that, at least right now, the way things work out is getting somebody set up on Zoom because of the Mac or maybe my inability to figure out OBS with the Mac. There's so every time we go on, as much as I've prepped everything in advance and gotten us in the little boxes and our little frames, and it always gets wonky. So whenever Daniel or somebody goes on, I have to move everything around and test sound and all that stuff. And so bringing on a new guest to join the Zoom, join us on Zoom so that I can broadcast it on OBS just takes up time. And so if I have 3 people with just Tori and me and Daniel, or if it would be me and a guest and Tori, or me and a guest and Daniel, I think it can work. I just need to, it just means more time, and it means arranging with one of you to be available and scheduling all that. And as Daniel and I just said, there's so much, like, we're doing our regular jobs, we're doing our stuff with families, we're doing all this stuff. So we kind of scramble to get ready for this stream. So with a little more breathing room, absolutely. But right now, it's all we can do to kind of get the 3 of us and whatever guests we have from the world of adventure games. So it's a long-winded way of saying,
but it's on our to-do list.
Totally on our to-do list. Yeah, I'd love to make it happen.
Okay, next slide.
Next slide. Let's see if this works. Dun, 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 dun. Did it work? Yes.
Okay, the published content, you have 130 live streams and 41 videos, which seems odd. But if I recall correctly, we had several live streams in which we had power outages when you were at the hotel, with when you streamed Phantasmagoria 1 and 1 recently. So it bumped up the numbers of actual live streams. But 130 live streams is
in
quite
1 year.
impressive.
That's pretty good for just a couple days a week, and missing a bunch of times. That's not bad. It's awesome.
Yep.
41 videos.
We have the 3 shorts.
3 shorts.
3 famous shorts.
So I guess put that on our list for next year.
Yeah, and videos. Recently, what we did with interviews was not live stream them. I think that the year started with the Jen Taylor interview, which was a live stream, and then you had the David Holm interview, which was also a live stream. And then we switched to actually recording it in advance, and then editing it, and then releasing it to Patreon members first, and then to everyone else. But recently, we got back to live streaming with the Dave Gilbert interview, in which you played Blackwell Legacy, and while interviewing him.
And then Graham Devine, same thing.
Yeah.
And then we did a recorded interview with Noah, and then we did a live stream with Noah. And now that, I don't know how you guys feel, but for a while there, the live streams were taking up, for me, so much energy, so much having to prep in advance and get everything going, and the whatever videos that I wanted to share with them, or pictures or whatever. And then doing it live just seemed like it was so much. So then I thought, okay, it's just going to be easier to pre-record this stuff, and then we can edit it and get it out there. But because Daniel and I have been streaming so much the games, it feels all that stuff is kind of in place now. So I'm feeling a lot more relaxed about having a live stream interview like we just had with Robert Holmes the other day. So I'm kind of curious, in a perfect world, does it matter to you if you're watching it as a pre-recorded interview, or do you like it live? Even if you can't make it and join us for the live stream, is it more fun to watch something that was happening live at the time? So we can go either way, but I'm actually starting to, shift back towards doing interviews as live streams.
Yeah, Brett said that he vastly prefers live, and I really want to hear your opinion as to why you prefer to see it live. Is it, let's say, the fact that it's currently happening, and then you feel the urge to watch it at that same moment, unlike a VOD, which you may postpone to later? So that's the main question.
Yeah, some other question. Critical Moment writes about Spoonie. Really seemed to have focused in on the negative attention in his comments and Patreon. Everyone loves him, but it wasn't until later that creators learned to not feed the trolls. This community seems to have really done a great job making that positivity clear. I gotta say that was a huge concern of mine early on, that we were just going to get a lot of negative trolls and people coming in and trying to ruin things. But it's been incredibly positive, and anybody that's joined us seems to see how the world that we've created and the way that we interact with each other, and it just seems like people are immediately jumping in. So it's really neat to see that.
According to what Critical Moment writes that Brett and Zuki say, and Michael Clamorous, they enjoy the live stream because of the sense of community. But then we also try to do premieres for live premieres for the interviews, which allow the live chat. So the question is, I think that, even if we disable the widgets on live streams, which are interviews, in order not to interfere with the interview itself, I think that people like to donate during the live stream and feel part of the live stream itself, unlike a premiere, which you may have the community in the chat, but whenever you donate, it doesn't appear on screen.
And is that something that we should do? I mean, that's another question is, if we have somebody joining us live for a live stream interview, part of what we do when we play these games is it really feels like a party. We're having a good time, and people love to donate whatever they can. Sometimes it's as little as $1, so they can get their comment read out loud by the bot. Does it really ruin an interview if we have that? I mean, is that something that we can continue, or can we activate it? Can we, for like the first 20 minutes when it's just me and the guest talking, we keep it simple and we keep it turned off? But then once we open things up to the chat and the chat questions, maybe we can turn the alerts back on. So I think that we can probably find a way to do both.
I think it's basically up to the guest. People may find it that it interferes their train of thought, but you need to ask the guest in advance. We're used to it, so we start talking and then we have a widget, so we stop talking and then we continue talking.
Yeah, that's true. Some great comments. I think the excitement of Michael says the excitement of a live thing is nice, and it's fun to see the chat going during the interview, but do wonder what is easiest for you. I like both. Zuki, and definitely more likely to get donations. Yeah, we talked about that. Yum Boop Snoot. That's good. I don't remember that name. That's good. It's good to see you, Yum Boop Snoot. Did you change your name, or am I used to you from somebody else? I think what Michael says it best. I do think live content should stay and not go away, but recorded content could work better with maintaining scheduled content. Yeah, so we just, the idea Daniel had recently is, I really would like to up the interview process and get more. I'm ready to talk to more people as we're playing these games, and excited to talk to Dominic Armato when he commits to the dates that we've asked him to do. But Daniel kind of had this idea that at some point we can really just get the word out to a lot of people, and then create a calendar and just say, hey, we would love to talk to you. Here's a calendar or a link to a calendar, and you let us know when you're available. Just sign up for a certain date or a time. And so what we can maybe get to next year is a regular interview schedule. Like every other Tuesday, we're interviewing somebody. And then people can just sign up knowing that they're part of that. And then we reach out to the people that we want to talk to. We let them look at our schedule, and they can sign up for it. And that kind of simplifies things. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah, and in order to add more content to the channel, I'm also interviewing people. I'm interviewing Aaron Giles on Wednesday. It will be pre-recorded, and I'll release it later this month. And next month, I'm interviewing Brett Taylor. Brett Taylor, who worked at LucasArts.
And tipped $1, obligatory $1 joke. My husband told me he'd slam my head on the keyboard if I don't get off the worry, guys. I think he's joking. Each coder work fxco 394 u2 2 i2 fkf 2 u3 25 r2u.
What just happened? What just happened? And why aren't the alerts showing up? Yeah, you think we got hacked? Are you kidding?
No.
Oh.
Don't worry, you guys. I think he's joking. It's as if she fell on the keyboard. My husband told me he'd slam my head on the keyboard if I don't get off the computer. Don't worry, guys. I think he's in.
Oh, that's a good one. That's great. Well, don't slam Suki's head on the keyboard. Yeah. That's not cool.
So basically, Brett Taylor, if Ron Gilbert is the mother of Scum, then Brett Taylor is its father, or its foster mother. After Ron Gilbert left LucasArts, then Brett Taylor took the reins and worked on Scum exclusively.
So Daniel is starting to reach out to he's going to take over the technical interview process. I think are you excited about it? This is a new thing for you to be interviewing folks. How do you feel?
No, actually, I partially interviewed Graham Devine, partially interviewed Robert Holmes. So we'll see how it goes.
So you've had your apprenticeship, and now I'm going to send you out.
I mean, these could be like 4-hour interviews. We'll see how it goes. It will either be a half-hour interview or a 4-hour interview.
Okay.
Because we could talk ourselves to death.
Well, that's the thing. Brevity, keeping it going and keeping it, staying. I don't know. I'll be curious to see how it goes. I don't know what I'm making everything up as I go along. All right. Good stuff.
Okay, next slide.
All right, next slide. You may boop snoot. He basically said
boop snoot tipped $5, providing coffee to the critters running your MacBook D.
It's an iMac. Thank you, you may. But it's a really great. Here's the thing. It's a
doorstop.
Here's the thing. I think it became clear. I bought this thinking, because I've always had a Mac, and it's a brand new, and it's got the M1, and it's been a really lovely little thing, and it works with our family and our household. But yes, it's become clear that I need to get a PC. So I think I need to get one, and I think that ultimately this is still in great shape. I could probably, once I get onto the PC, get everything going on there, running smoothly, I could sell this and then pay for the process. So I think that's another thing. Sometime in 2023, we are going to figure out a way to make the necessary change so that we don't have to run into.
That's your 2023 resolution.
Yeah, I think so. I think that has to happen. I mean, I had a PC at work for 8 years, so I'm comfortable with PCs, and it'll be fine. But you know what it's like. I just bought this thing. It's right here. This is my little computer, and
I'm telling you, it could be a lovely doorstop.
but it's almost a $3,000 doorstop, or not quite that much.
You'll have a great story behind it.
No,
hey,
geez.
every time a guest come over,
behind it, yeah.
Okay, we're in the next slide.
All right,
in the
next
next slide we can see from these 225,000 views, we see how many came from each country and the watch time from each country. So in the United States, we have 35% of our viewers watch an average of 16 minutes. And then in second place, we have the UK, third place, Canada, fourth place, Germany, and sixth, Sweden. I'm to blame for the low average view duration in Israel, because every time I bump onto a live stream just to check when Paul said something in order to cut that scene and edit somewhere in Phantasmagoria or in different video altogether. So that's why the average view is lower than in other countries, but that's fine. And that's it.
Yeah.
Next slide.
Next slide.
Okay, here we have our demographic, which proves that we're a retro channel after all.
All right.
I mean, just take a look at it. Most of our views, 55% are 35 to 44, 38% are 25 to 34, and we have it's interesting to see the average view duration, because people from 18 to 24 are 2%
seconds.
our viewers, and watch 5 minutes.
Yeah, right.
And people who are 13 to 17, basically teenagers, watch 11 seconds.
Yeah.
11 seconds. This is their attention span. I honestly think that the 13 to 17 are not people who actually watched anything on the channel. I'm sure that what they saw was the shorts that just hop on their stream when they were flipping through shorts as if it's their TikTok. But I hope they enjoyed
Critical
the
moment
3 shorts that
10
we put
pieces
out
08
with.
to aid in Paul's road to Mac addiction recovery.
All right. $10 towards the doorstop. Thank you. Critical moment. Appreciate it. I don't know why the alerts aren't working. Should I get back on to Stream Elements and see if I want them to see our thing, or should we not worry? But we're hearing it. We're just not seeing it.
Yeah. If we're hearing it, then it's part of your OBS scene. Maybe it's part of the coffee go. Just show the coffee go.
Maybe that's it. All right, I'll put the coffee go back up. Here we go. There's another one. Come on.
Moffat Reborn tipped $25. Next Halloween, children knock at Paul's door saying trick or treat.
Oh, I
Paul
know.
replies, "Hey kids, have a Mac. It's only a year old." And dumps it a bag. Oops, almost forgot the mouse.
Yeah, just throw that in there at the end. All right, I think I just figured it out. It's always me. It's never anybody but me. It is. Where is it? It's
not the coffee go. It's supposed to be the super chat or the
stream
the
alerts.
tip.
Coffee
the tip,
stream alerts.
alert.
But I have it at the very front. So why isn't it?
Never mind. You'll break it. Don't touch it. You'll break it.
It's killing me. It's just killing me. All right.
Rarapas was passing by to say a quick hello. Hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. All the best.
Yeah, thanks,
Happy holidays to you too.
Good to see you. Thank you.
No, Rarapas, because it's
Rarapas.
like potato.
Oh, yeah, I screwed that up. All right.
And Whitey Wanderer joined us.
Hey, what's up,
Whitey Wanderer, who actually started the whole super chat trend in our first Gabriel Knight live stream back in March.
It's true.
And he was the first donor.
Very
Whitey
first.
Wanderer.
We were like surprised. We were like, where did this thing come
Yeah.
from? It just popped up out of nowhere, and that was.
And how do we split those $5 between us?
Well, he donated much more after that, so that was even great. Thank you so much. Good to have you here. All right.
Okay, next slide.
Next slide. Zuki,
and again,
what are you gonna do if we didn't have you, Zuki? I don't know. You're 5. We need more. I mean, it's great that we have. So it's great to have anybody watching. It's a little weird that it's so
yeah,
lopsided.
but maybe we have 94% male viewers, but the 5.6% female viewers actually watch on average more
lot
than the
more.
male viewers.
There we go.
Yeah,
5.6.
their attention span is better.
Yes, invite your friends, as Moffat says. Absolutely.
Okay, next slide.
The next slide. All right, it's hard. I'm trying to look at all the chats too.
Okay, here we can see the operating systems, which we have 46% Windows, 24% Android, 14% iOS, 4% Macintosh. So people don't understand what you're going through with your doorstop.
No, I don't think anybody does. You have a Mac. You use a Mac for things.
Yeah, I have a Mac because I'm an iOS developer, so I need it to develop iOS.
Because it's
but
your
I have
job.
a PC.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay.
I mean, I have an old MacBook that is currently a doorstop, so a literal doorstop. It's holding my current screen. But you can see that 1.7% of the views, which this year were almost 4,000 views, were done on PlayStation. People actually watch us on their PlayStation.
Wow, that's crazy. That's really crazy. Hume Boopsnoots writes, my sister told me about you. So between his sister and Zuki, we're at about 2.5% of our 5.6. So who are the other ones out there? That's what I want to know.
My question for Yumi Boops is, his sister told him about us, but is she watching us? Or she just said, I got an ad for Conversations with Curtis. You should go check that crap out.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Okay, next slide.
Next slide.
Okay, so here we actually have the devices people watch us on, which are 43% computer, 34% mobile device.
Wow, really?
8.9% watch us on TV. I mean, did you ever imagine that Conversations with Curtis would be considered a TV show?
Do you know what's really weird is
Right, said Brett, tipped $1. Don't worry, Paul. I own a Mac too. I don't often wear it though.
You don't wear it? Okay. The word, it's all right. I'll look into it. Thanks, right, said Brett. What's weird is that we have an Apple TV, and so we have all the apps, and the apps, we have like Netflix and blah 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 and all the stuff, and then there's the YouTube app, and so I tend to watch a lot of YouTube videos, or watch late night shows, or certain sporting events and things like that. So that's kind of like my channel, and so I check it pretty much every night. And then of course it gives you all the recently added. It kind of gives you all the different topics. Well, lately, it's found me out, so I'm seeing Conversations with Curtis as a option for me to watch right next to an HBO special or something like that. So it's very strange for it to look like I'm in this mainstream. The mainstream is the mainstream of my home, but it is very strange to be on the TV. That's very weird.
But with your problematic short-term memory, you might not even remember that it's your show. So you could start watching and
no, that's long term. The long term part is it's been over a year. All right, what's next?
I mean, it's funny. More people watch us on TV than they watch us on tablets.
Yeah, very strange. Well, that's the demographic. We need bigger.
Yeah.
None of us have good eyes anymore. We need bigger screens.
Now time for a much sadder demographic.
Critical
or
Moment
much
just
sadder
writes, "You guys are
statistic.
on my family room TV right now." So there you go. Yeah.
This live stream is sponsored by Budweiser. Okay, in the next slide, it's one of the more one of our New Year resolutions. Can you switch to the next slide?
I just did. Oh, is it not?
Nope.
Is it not? I'm on slide. Okay, let me do the thing that you need to do.
Do the thing. Anyway, in the
Okay, is it
next
this one?
slide, what we're going, in the next slide, what
No,
we're
this
seeing is
is-
that
Hold on a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
We want to go to 8. We missed it. Hold on. There we go. That's the one you want.
Yeah. So in this slide, we can see that 58% of our viewers are not subscribed to the channel, while 41 are.
What? Really?
Yep.
58%. 60% are not subscribed. And we're
I
such
mean,
a...
even people who are subscribed aren't getting all of the notifications unless they click on the bell icon and do a couple of other things. So even they don't get all the notifications for all the live streams. But we currently have only 41% subscribed.
Interesting. That is, I guess, I wonder if that's a sort of a normal, is it just natural that most people don't bother subscribing to things? I don't. I guess I don't really subscribe to that many channels. I just watch the channels and the algorithm tells me when the next thing is on.
I usually subscribe to channels when I like, let's say I watch 3 videos in a row. Then I subscribe. But I don't know what to do about that.
Yeah.
Asking people to like and subscribe, we're usually preaching to the choir because most of the people who watch us are
Well, that's not true. 58% of the people are not. Are not.
Yeah, but usually the live streams in which have the largest percentage of non-subscribers are the first episode of each game, for example, and then afterwards they either subscribe and stick around or they wait for something else. So we need to push the like and subscribe animation
More often
when we start a new game.
Okay.
Like have a 30-minute ad just for liking and subscribing.
All right. Oh wow. Well, there's some good comics. Zuki following up on your teasing me about my short-term memory last time on Who's Elaine. It's Paul's less than subtle way to get his family to watch CwC. Exactly. That's my way. Exactly. Hey, look what's on YouTube, you guys. Check this out. I had to catch up on this account. I think I have more than one. Oops. Right Said Brett. I have hundreds of subs on my YouTube channel. Conversation with Curtis is the only channel which I also hit the bell for. Wow. I love you guys that much. That's impressive stuff. You guys don't do the like and subscribe reminder as often as other channels. Yeah, we do have to do that more. It's a good reminder.
Well, we have the reminder every 20 minutes or so in the chat. Our chat bot asks people to like and subscribe. But
we don't.
Maybe we should. You know what? Maybe we should just add it to the OBS scene instead of activating it manually or something.
Yeah, it should just happen like every 2 minutes.
Yeah, you'll put it and your Mac will explode.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Next up,
this is our last slide.
Our last slide. You'll notice that 99.7% watched us on YouTube, and 2 people watched us on YouTube Music, which means that if we ever wondered if a Conversations with Curtis podcast will work, then this is our answer.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, I don't see.
But check out the statistics. The average view duration for these 2 people was 28 minutes. So they actually played whichever episode they did as a podcast. and listen to it while working out, while whatever. And yeah.
Interesting. This is fascinating stuff. All right. Thank you for putting that together, Daniel.
My pleasure.
So, yeah, I think, I'd be curious. It seems to me that what we settled into is, for the most part now we're we're playing some of these classic retro games. The hard part, I guess not the hard part, but the difficulty is these games are great and they're fun to play. And yet, because it's a game that it takes time, and then we're also talking and having fun, and I'm slow. And so to get through a game takes numerous weeks because we're also not doing it every single day. So then we came up with this side quest series, which is, can we play a little bit of, can we just play a little
Everything.
bit of everything? But then, of course, you kind of get hooked on a game. Like, I really want to play Toonstruck now, and I want to, there's other games that there's some games that I'm okay with moving on from, but you want to keep going. Tori playing Phantasmagoria 2, it's just too good. You have to have her play that just because it sort of it closes the circle a little bit. And so it's, I guess I'm a little torn between, like, again, with like Monkey Island, where we're getting closer to the second one, but then we've got more to finally get to the brand new one. So that could take most of the beginning of next year, all for just this one series of games. I'm really interested in exploring some of the newer games out there, the new point and click and the new adventure games that have been inspired by these ones that we've played. So I'm really interested in moving on. I just don't know how to do it. I mean, we could up our weekly, maybe add more time to our streams or add a different stream, but then that takes away from the work and the other things that we have going. So that gets frustrating. And I don't want to lose the interviews. To me, that's I get the most joy out of talking to these artists who made these things. So I'm rambling, but I feel like, where we're at is we're playing games and we're talking to the people who made them. And I like that. I feel like that's the right thing. We're also creating and continuing to create things with Daniel's Dimension Next on the Conversations with Curtis website. I would love to create more things. I'd love to be more of a artist ourselves and to create more projects, but that takes up a lot of energy. So I don't know. I'm just kind of wandering around, but I feel like we continue to do what we've been doing, but how do we do it better and more efficiently?
Well, I say that from my perspective, as long as you're having fun or the audience is having fun, then we can continue playing a certain game. But maybe there are games when you stop having fun or the audience tunes out, and maybe it's time to move on.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always do something like, I don't know, we start a game in side quest. If the first episode reaches 100 likes, we take it, we play it another week. And as soon as the likes drop or the views drop, then we switch to a different game. This way we keep the audience interested, because if they tuned out, then they're probably not interested. And if you're not interested in playing these games, same thing.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. I mean, I think, Stuki asked if what made Tori drop out of GK1. She didn't. She was totally up for playing it, but
Right, said Brett,
hey,
tipped
look.
$1. I have a lot of free time on my hands and I'm a pretty talented video editor, so if my services can ever be of help to the channel, let me know.
That is great to know. And I think you've mentioned that before. And thank you for saying that again, Brett. And it's always good to hear again. I find that in my experience, reaching out to other people saying, hey, how can I help? That if that doesn't get, it's like the email thread or like even this chat. if it's right there, you see it. But the moment it's scrolled up and it's out, it's just gone. So I thank you for saying that. And we would love to take you up on that. Part of it and any kind of help is isolating whatever it is that we need help on and then being able to delegate it. So, let's right now, Daniel's taken on the bulk of our editing. It would mean being able to say, oh, here's a project I would love to do, but I don't have the time for, and then being able to reach out to someone to help us do that. So yes, we will keep that. We'll definitely keep that in mind. But I lost my train of thought. What was I saying just before that? It doesn't matter. Let's just keep reading here.
You were talking about the games and how you want to progress in case people tune out.
Well, yeah, you're saying that if
lose
people
interest.
Yeah, if people are into it, that makes me into it. I can't imagine it would be rare if we played a game that you all chose for me to play that I'm going to dislike it so much that I don't want to play it. I think that we're kind of all, I feel like there's a sense of, camaraderie here that we all kind of getting what each other's tastes are. Personally, I would say as much as I love these retro games, there is a part of me that would love more bouncing back and forth between some of what's in the past and some of what's out there right now. I'm very curious about. I've gotten such an immersive. I've been so immersed in retro that I would like more of a balance between the two. But when do we do that? Is Mondays are new games and Fridays are the Monkey Island and Wednesdays are FMV? And does it have to be structured like that, or can we just kind of open things up? We get Tori one day a week. What do you want to see me and Tori play? Versus, do you want to see? I think Tori's up for whatever too. She's open to new games. So I don't know. Don't know the answer.
I think that maybe next year we can do when we start a game. You said that Monkey Island 3 and Return to Monkey Island may take up the first quarter of the year or even the first half of the year. But maybe we can do a fast track for some of these games, and that fast track being, instead of playing just on Friday Monkey Island, like doing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If Tori is not available on a certain week, then we can use the Wednesday to fast track that game. This way, we also get the viewers from Friday on Monday and Wednesday, and we finish games faster. But again, it all comes down to if people are actually watching, or if people are actually interested in seeing you play the game or finish the game. Specifically, Monkey Island 3, I know that Zuki and others are just waiting for you to reach Monkey Island 3, but in general...
Yeah. Hey, Chris, welcome. Good to see you. Thanks for making it. Sorry that you got confused by the link. What other things? I thought... Oh, you said she wasn't enjoying... No, I think she was enjoying... back to Tori playing. But I think that what we did is that we played a little bit of Phantas 2, and then we played a little bit of Gabriel Knight, and they're two huge games that people wanted her to play, so then we went back and forth. And I think that because these games are so complicated, to bounce back and forth every other week was a little much. And so overall, when we just sort of asked Tori, which one are you more interested in? She's like, I'm kind of more interested in Phantas 2 right now. She wasn't necessarily saying that she didn't like the other one, but I think, yeah, that she was just answering a question. But Chris, good to have you. Glad you made it. Let's see what else. You may have far more resources than you realize. I think it's a matter of extending specifics on what you need. So again, in terms of letting you guys know that we have some projects that we're interested in, we could put the call out on Patreon to say, hey, we'd love to resource this, and this. And I think that that's classic for small little companies like ours, is that we get so busy that we don't know how to, it takes up all this extra time to delegate. And so you become like, oh, I'll just do it myself because I don't have time to delegate. But really spend the time delegating, and you can actually get a lot more help and
YT
support.
Wanderer tipped 50 pieces of 8,
Oh.
a final 2022 contribution. Thanks for all the great work you put into the channel. Looking forward to 2023.
Oh,
So
thank
he
you.
tipped $1. I don't have the game design knowledge at all, but I do Rocket admin style stuff, so I'm more than happy to help out with anything I can do.
Thank you, guys.
Cool.
That's really sweet. Well, first of all, YT Wander, thank you again. That's very, very generous for a year-end donation. Appreciate that. And Zuki, again, just like everybody else, getting a sense that there are people that want to help. And if we can get to a point where like if Daniel and I could get to a point where we could meet regularly, plot out our week, plot out our month, and then within those meetings say, what do we need? How can we get some support? And then make that part of it. But right now, it's not the case, and I this isn't a complaint.
Right now, we meet for half an hour before the live stream. I'm working on posting the social media posts before every live stream. If you noticed, in some of the latest live streams, I changed the timing because each time I forgot to post, or the schedule didn't work, or I didn't have the artwork ready. So in addition to the live streams, we're handling a lot of the small stuff that takes up 80% of our time. And that's the main, most of these things are very time consuming. And I believe that we can use that time for bigger and better things. But for the time being, we're scheduling social media posts in our free time.
Yeah. And, maybe that's one thing that we decide to try to, that's what I was doing for the first half of this thing. And then I was so overwhelmed trying to do social media posts and put everything together that I said, please, Daniel, take it over. And you've taken it over. And once I got off my plate, it freed me up so much. Now, of course, it's all on your plate and you're doing so many other things. But yeah, maybe social media is something we can talk to folks about that are comfortable with that world and take some of that off of you. So yeah, maybe part of what we need to do is come up with a list of where we could use some support, and then put that on Patreon, and then have people say, I'd love to come do this. We probably have to do some vetting in terms of making sure people are able to be working at the level that we hope they will. But I think that would be a good thing. And people seem to want to help, and they've been offering it, and you don't want to turn down good help, So I don't know. That's a good idea. The word that comes to mind is project management and scoping. Yes, exactly.
No, the word that comes to mind is no time and no time.
Yeah, no time and no time. Exactly.
Okay, let's go. Let's move over to our.
Okay. We're already an hour, so we're going to do this like for an hour. We're going to just do like an hour and a half. So let's show you put together a little video for us. See, Daniel?
Yeah, the best of 2022.
I noticed it's only a minute and a half, so that doesn't bode well for a best of. All right, let's see what we got here. There we go. Oh, I gotta lock it down. And let's watch this thing. All right, everybody, enjoy. Oh, I've still got the snowflake thing. Let me get rid of the snowflake thing because that.
Yeah, get rid of the snowflake. Might affect the frame rate.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. So I'm going to do that. And bye-bye. Okay, there we go. That actually got me. There we see.
I think it's frozen.
Oh, shoot. I'm enjoying it. It looked really good. All right, let's try it again.
Stupid doorstop.
Stupid doorstop. There we go. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. You guys see it? All right, now let's do it. Oh, you're using the... that actually got me. I love it. Boom, we just put that. We just exploded 2022. Nice work, man. That's great. Way to go. Ah,
Thanks.
very cool.
You see, it even contained a reference to the VHS tapes with the remastered Curtis clicking on the Dimension X button at the end.
That is great. That's super awesome. It's fun, the various states of our beards and our non-beards and our
and our weights.
The whole year, our weight, yeah. But great job. Yeah, that really does give a sense of like we've done a lot this year, and it's we talked a little bit about this with Robert the other day, and I actually had a different discussion just the other. It was my wife's birthday last night. It was your wife's birthday a couple of nights ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we went out for dinner.
Twinsies,
and just this idea of why do you do things, and and as simple as it is, and as we've all been hearing this since we were kids, you need to do something because you love it. It's just, it's not profound. It's something that we hear all the time, but you need to be reminded of it. And I think that when you and I, Daniel, have gone back and forth over this past year, I know that I'm often in a place of how do we grow this thing? How do we make this bigger? How do we get, I feel like we've got something special here. How do we get it? How do we get more people? Blah, 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 blah. And the moment you start thinking that, the moment that starts to dominate your thoughts, it becomes less fun. And then you just have to go back to, and you've said it to me and I've said it to you, and we've had to talk each other off the ledge numerous times of just, are we enjoying this? Why, is this fun? And if it's fun and we're going to continue to try to make it better, I mean, our backgrounds are better, even though the Mac has not always delivered, I mean, just looking at where we were and what this looked like a year or so ago compared to what it is now, we are getting better at it. Our audience is growing and we're still having fun. So I think that's the main thing to keep in mind. And to what was it he said? What was the answer about? Oh yeah, project management and scoping. A little bit more, being able to let other people help when they've offered that. So cool.
As long as we're enjoying it, and sometimes looking back, and the end of the year is a great time to look back at what we've done. You actually say how much we've worked on, how much we've put out in terms of content. When we worked on that document for sponsors, and just think that it was a couple of months ago, and back then we had less subscribers and less views. I remember that we had 175,000 views. Right now we're close to 250,000 views. And back then we used the all-time statistics, and these are just this year's statistics. So we're getting bigger and better at things, but we don't have too much time to take it in.
Yeah.
We just keep live streaming, and we keep releasing things.
And it's funny because you suggest,
watch.
we put together this really, really cool, I think we shared it at one point, but we put together this really cool sponsorship one sheet or two sheet. And we haven't sent it to anybody. We just haven't had the time to find the people to send it to then to follow up, and to, it's the administrative stuff that someone suggested. That could be something we certainly could reach out to folks for, coming up with the template email that comes from me to these sponsors, and then following up, and then once we get any kind of interest, being able to follow up on that. But I think that could be really, we've talked so many ways about, like, maybe reach out to some of these new adventure games, and if they want to pay us to play 2 hours of their brand new game, and then we Tori and I can play it, and it'd be kind of this fun thing to have these old adventure game actors playing a new adventure game, and maybe that somehow. But then you reached out to some of these gamers, and they're like, "We don't have any money. We spent all our money on the game. We can barely." So I mean, I think having some kind of maybe at some point we need to reach out to somebody to help brand and help us, get out there more. But in the meantime, we'll just keep having fun, keep doing what we're doing, keep hanging out with you guys. Other thoughts before we start to wrap up a little bit?
Well, you want to open Phantasmagoria?
We had talked about that. I was worried that it wasn't going to. Yeah, let's do it.
Well, it's there.
Okay, well, I'm going to try it on.
Right, so Brad asked if we'll be posting the end of the year video to our YouTube channel. It will be available. This link will be available for Patreon members. We'll see. Maybe we'll release it at the end of December to everyone.
I think that would be a good idea. We should totally do it. Oh,
yeah,
no, that's
if we won't have anything else to release.
All right, let me find this thing. There it is. Okay.
I contacted a few adventure game, like Paul said, I contacted a few adventure game developers and asked them, hey, you have a game coming up, or you had your release just a couple of months ago. They want us to play the game. They want to sponsor one of our episodes. And most of them said that they didn't even break even, so they have no budget for anything.
There we go. Zuki asks, have you thought of speaking to Tom Hardwidge? He's just releasing Lucy Dreaming, and it's good fun, and he's a laugh as well.
Yeah, I saw a CwC story and did a live stream interview gameplay with him. So that's an option.
All right, I think I got it right here. Let's see if it's loading. As soon as it loads, I'll change the scene.
Now, do you have a separate volume for that?
I have it turned off for the moment. A separate volume for it? Oh, yeah, it might show up. That's a good call. Yeah. Let me see what happens here. It's taken a minute. 89%, 92, 95.
Chris Christodoulou says, yeah, putting out adventure games is tough if you aren't Dave Gilbert and if you aren't Ron Gilbert.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, he wrote that. Zuki says I was chatting to Tom last week, so I could ask him if you were interested.
I'm totally interested. I don't know anything. I don't know him. Or what? There's a great line in an old movie. Martin Short plays an agent. I thought it was some Kevin Bacon movie, and he plays an agent, and he goes, "I don't know you, and I've never seen you before, but I really enjoy your work. You know, I don't know you, and I know nothing. I've never seen you before." Yeah. Oh, it's a great line. Someone's got to look up the line. Oh, look at that. You changed it. All right. Let's see. How do I change it? Okay. Is it working? Is it double working? There's that. There's slides.
You want to share with me as well?
Oh, yeah.
You want to share with the entire class, Paul?
Yeah, I'm going to share with you. Let's see. There you go. Yeah, let's just do that. Does that work? You got it? Okay. All right. Are we doing the whole thing, or do you want to just take us to...
No, I'll take it. First of all, you can take a look at the phone. You have a new phone.
Ooh. This is so great. I can't believe you were able to do this. This is amazing. So the phone, there we go. White spot. Well, there's the, let's check out donors. Patreons, you guys are awesome. All right, exit. Phone.
And here, it's updated. You even have Alex Misiri
Nice.
over there.
Right,
Super updated.
Who am I calling? Hello, Daniel. It's Paul. We're late.
Our usual conversation.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that is super cool. It's like, I'm not going to answer that. This is Dean not answering my phone calls.
He's actually not answering your phone calls.
Hey, Gabriel. It's Curtis. What's up, man? How's my favorite Schottenjäger doing?
Could you pull some cash for me from the Ritter account?
That's great.
Okay, we'll focus on things that people haven't seen in.
Okay, good.
That's
Right
been
said Brett.
updated
He found it. It's from the big picture. And Martin Short goes, "I don't know you. I don't know your work, but I think you are a genius, and I am never wrong about that." That's how I feel about Zuki's guest. I don't know him. I don't know his work, but I'm sure he's a genius, and I'm happy to talk to him. All right, are we here, or are we going to the office?
No, go take the phone. The phone isn't under the couch. Where could it be?
Wait, there's a phone right here. Do I do it again or go take?
No, the actual phone. The phone. You know what? Leave the apartment.
Wait, don't give up on me so soon. What do I do?
No, leave the apartment.
Okay.
You'll remember what you need. Or should I say, try to leave.
Damn, I can't leave without my phone.
My phone, my cell phone. Okay, it's a different thing. Let's go get my phone.
Your dubbing is like those Hong Kong kung fu movies.
No, it's perfect. No one would know. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is so smooth too. It's get my phone. Hey, Curtis, it's Paul Morgan Stetler. We need to talk. Yeah. All right.
And you used emojis. I updated the
There you go.
emojis because.
Can I go in the door?
I don't need to go at the moment.
Okay, good.
You can.
Wow.
You can click the wallet.
I can click the wallet?
Yeah, you have the wallet in the drawer.
I do?
Yeah.
I can get more things? Oh.
Empty.
You know, I
Oh,
understand
man,
that sometimes
I
you
need
forget
more
what
Patreon
happens in
members.
Phantasmagoria too, because it was 24.
Oh, what I knew about this. I just thought you said I could get it. This is me moaning about.
Was that a moth? Oh boy, I do need some more Patreon members.
Yeah, we've done that before. Now what? Keep going?
Yep.
I wish I could quit my stupid job at WinTech and just stream all day, but there's not enough money in my Patreon account.
Just begging.
Hey, at least I don't need Blob to help me find this wallet. If I only had more money, I could keep conversations with Curtis going forever.
Now you can leave the apartment.
Yeah, all We didn't want these. I don't think we needed to play this for our Patreon members. These were that they didn't. They are the people that are supporting us. That was for other people who aren't there doing that yet. Oh boy. Okay. Look at this new stuff. I always see me like duck my head past that.
Bridget's Books is proud to welcome best-selling author Adrienne Delaney. Ms. Delaney will be signing copies of her latest book, Coping with Loss.
Nice.
And guess what? She'll be joining me this December on Conversations with Curtis.
Boy, that was almost exactly a year ago. When I first met her. I mean, I had just reached out to her on Facebook and she didn't see my response.
By the way, the postcard is now on the table. Go to the coffee table.
Wait, I thought you wanted me to look at all these places. Go back to. Okay.
Go home.
Going back home. Where's home?
What's up? Go home.
Oh, you got me doing the thing. Okay, where is it? On the coffee table?
Yeah.
Hey, there it is. Bridget's Books proudly presents Coping with Loss by Adrienne Delaney. Nice, Dad. Nice. All right, now we go.
It'd be interesting, currently you're in chapter 2 with Tori in your Phantasmagoria 2 live stream. So you'll soon reach chapter 3 and we'll see what she says when she gets the postcard at the beginning of chapter 3.
Moffat Reborn's writes, you need to change that to coffee account.
Yeah, we need to change. We still have the Patreon account, but we'll add the coffee account.
Yeah, for sure. Faux show. Okay. Let's go see all the new places. Okay. And I gotta get out of here in about 15 minutes. So,
let's keep it quick. You can go to Monkey Island. And then you'll see Curtis in Monkey Island.
Can I go? Can I walk? Oh, can I walk around?
No, not at the moment.
Oh.
But
That's awesome.
you have Staff's mention from the 7th guest.
Love
also.
it. Oh my gosh.
Nothing much to do there, but I'll add a few puzzles. I'll add the microscope puzzle, which I'll release soon. The Micros Curtis.
That's right. Carnavash Estate. Oh, we've done that before, right?
This is Staff's mention in the Carnavash Estate.
All right.
And here, I thought that in 2023, I'll add the ability to actually walk around the premises.
Nice.
For you and Adrienne.
So we go to Wintech? We go to Borderline?
Get out of here.
You have some music for us?
Yeah.
What's up, boys? Okay, go past. Nice.
Okay, so here you have the... First of all, you can hear that it's Robert Holmes music in the background. And I've added a jukebox over there. You can leave the club. Leave the club.
Ah, there we are right there. Listening party.
And first of all, the listening party. And if you go back to the club, you'll hear a different song. This time by Connor Eck, one of our Patreon members.
Connor! Ooh, this
And
is...
he sampled one of the Phantasmagoria 2 tracks.
Yeah. I heard it immediately. Super loud. Oh, okay. That's okay. Oh, what's going on? Now I lost it altogether. Oh, great. No.
Never mind. We'll just hear another song and then we'll leave the club and go back outside.
Yeah.
And if you enter again, then you'll hear Space Quest Historians. One of his tracks from his album.
Nice.
Synth of the Fathers, which he plays the Gabriel Knight 1 soundtrack in a synthesizer.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Well, I lost. It's a little too loud for our folks here, but that's super cool. You guys have got to check this out. This is great. All right. Sorry.
Okay. No problem.
Check it out.
Let's see what else. Well, you can go and check out the emails at WinTech.
Okay, yeah, this is the fun part. So let's go. Do I have to? Oh,
Go to
thank you for not making me have to get my wallet out and get that.
Another one of the things I will add in 2023 is an inventory to this game.
All right, so let's check out some emails. You did the. All right, so we've got all the folks. So do I say something? Hi everyone, thanks for joining our live stream. We really appreciate your support in 2022. Well, that's gonna be over in a minute. Love, Paul. Lorelei Shannon. Yeah, it's not gonna happen, Rat Boy. Sorry. Dean Erickson. These are not true. Hey Curtis, I need my copy of Gabriel Knight 2 back. Love, Lupus Lupus. John Magnus. This is a nice long one. Should we read this?
Yeah, you can read it if you want.
Hello, Curtis. Did you know that you were supposed to have another colleague named Morgan? I did an email correspondence with Lorelei Shannon back in 2001, and one of my questions to her was that I had heard, go back up more, that there was going to be an extra character in the game. Here's Lorelei's answer. He was a researcher named Morgan, my middle name, and he was a kind of Phantom of Wintech character. Basically, he had worked with Curtis's father developing the Threshold project and lost his mind when he realized what the company would do with it. He was there to pop out of the shadows, make the player nervous, and give Curtis advice and hints. Maybe this character will show up in Phantasmagoria Dimension Next. Would you like that, Curtis? Have a nice day. Yours truly, John Magnus. That's awesome. That is really awesome. It was like a kind of a deep throat character from All the President's Men. That would have been neat. I wonder why that didn't happen.
Yeah, your budget was so big and you had so much free time.
It never made it into the script, though. So that was the thing. So at the time, she could have kept it in there. Lake Cabulius. We had a breakthrough in the labs that we think can increase the potency of our formulation, all while cutting costs. Instead of deionized water, we're experimenting with using unfiltered lake water on tap. Initial results have been extremely promising, but further study is needed. That's hilarious. Derek Rucker writes, hello all WinTech employees. Due to a recent contamination in the office water cooler by an unknown substance, probably the lake water, the whole unit will be replaced next week. We already put in a call to our water delivery service, Spoonie's Damn Fine H2O, and have an appointment for next Wednesday. If you're at the office when Spoonie shows up, please show him in. Thank you for your help. That's funny. I wonder if he wrote that before he probably wrote that before we had our interview with Spoonie, right?
Yep.
So you actually were like predicting the future. 2 water related emails. Kjetil Hansen. Hey there, Curtis, a word of advice from me. You're a nice guy and all, but will you please stop with the showing a bunch of photographs to your coworkers thing? I'm trying to work here, and you spend all day waltzing around showing everyone in this office photos and other items you stash in your pockets. If I have to look at that damn Christmas party card one more time, I think I'll go insane. Regards, a frustrated coworker and soon-to-be mental patient. Thanks to you. Ooh, that's a good one. That's really good. Zach, after logging off Babcock's BBS, I realized it is run by Bob, just like you thought his handle is. Get this, Narcosis Timurid. That's an anagram for Curtis's Nimrod. What's his deal? I can't believe I spent an hour figuring that out too. Anyway, I loaded the text file about the UFOs in Canada and I'll print it out on Matrix tomorrow. By the way, it's your turn on Bree, B-R-E. Let's get lunch at the tree tomorrow. Ciao. Jam man. Nice. You guys are talking all tech speak. Is this all based on real tech stuff or is he just making it up?
Based on real tech stuff.
Okay. It's Mark from accounting. I am letting you know that your proposal to add water coolers, I love the water cooler theme, for every cubicle has been rejected. I fought really hard for it, but sadly most of the budget went into walling off random doors or something. You'll still have to have to take 5 steps every time you want to have some water, which, given how often that is, probably impacts our bottom line more than letting you have the water coolers installed, but management doesn't want to budge. I'll try harder during our next meeting. Mark D. Quinn Peterson. Nice. Chris. Dear Curtis, I hope you're sitting down. What am I saying? Of course you are. You can only read these in your cubicle. Anyway, brace yourself. This will be quite shocking. More shocking than that time your computer slapped you in the face. Has it happened yet? If not, better brace yourself for that too. Anyway, open your mind and hear me out. My name is Chris, and I'm sending this from 2022. That's right, 25 years into the future. Your future, and that's not even the craziest part. Curtis, have you noticed how everything is weird lately? I'm not talking about the murders and the nightmares and the whole ominous vibe at Wintech. I'm talking about the little things, the mundane, everyday stuff. Like, how many times did you spontaneously visit the dreaming tree today? How many times did you try to open that damn toolbox? How did an S&M contraption spontaneously appear in your bedroom? How many times did you check your pockets, for Christ's sakes? And why do you carry a screwdriver everywhere? Have you seen that movie, Stranger Than Fiction? No, of course you haven't. It wasn't out in 1996, but maybe you've seen the superior execution of the same concept, 1993's Last Action Hero. Do you go to the movies, Curtis? Was there any mention about you being a cinephile? Perhaps Paul made something up in his backstory for you. What am I saying? You watch classic horror flicks with Trevor. Okay, try to process this if you are in a movie. Maybe it will help. As if you were in a movie. I know, this is all very confusing, but trust me. Oh shoot. There's a real reason I'm being so long-winded. In fact, I think we're safe now. I've postponed this enough. I can finally explain. Curtis, as incomprehensible as it may sound, you are not you. Curtis Craig is a fictional character inside a video game called Phantasmagoria. Dimension Next. I'm well aware how crazy this seems, but I swear it's absolutely true. You, Curtis Craig, the fictional character, are portrayed by Paul Morgan Stetler, one of the most brilliant actors of our generation, which is probably why you feel so real. It's not all of you. So real. But that's not all. Or should I say that's not all of you, because your actions are not actually determined by Stetler, but by random players of the video game. It's one of those players who's made the choice for you to read this email. Fortunately for us both, through that choice, you get to have this knowledge, and hopefully the player doesn't. Chris, you just go on. You can skip through it. Oh my gosh. No, we have to do it. I mean, let's face it, it's highly unlikely anyone reading this in 2022, maybe it took all of 2022 to read it, has gone past the first couple of paragraphs. Today's average attention, I love it, he's even commenting on where we just were. Today's average attention span is not what it used to be. I'm actually counting on it, which is why it took so long to get to the point. I'm exploiting a feature of the game by which simply clicking on an email means that Curtis has read it. I know it doesn't make sense, but don't overthink it. It's game logic. Bottom line is, the player has surely stopped reading long ago and is unaware that I'm giving you this information. On the other hand, you, Curtis Craig, have absorbed it instantaneously. Oh my gosh. we're going for it. So now you know the truth. Well, the truth about this part of the whole madness that is your existence, because there's the stuff that you don't know about you in-game life, like the fact that you are not even the actual Curtis Craig, but we can't get into that right now. If you're wondering what to do with this info, I wish I knew, but I had to let you know. Have you seen The Truman Show? No, that was 1998. Damn it. In any case, if I were you, come to think of it, I've been you because I played this game. Anyway, if I were you, I'd try to exit the game. Is that even possible? Daniel only knows. Perhaps do something truly nonsensical, something that would create a dead end or cause the game to crash. I'm not sure how, or if it's even possible. Maybe I could try cheating to make you leave your appointment without your wallet. Chris, you're killing me here. Maybe the extended use of italics in this email causes the game to glitch. Pretty sure the interface doesn't support them. It's true, no italics. Daniel would ban me if he found out. Well, piss on him then. Wait, maybe Dr. Harbour can help. She seems to have access to the outside world through something called Easter eggs. I have to stop now. I've already took a huge risk, but I chose to do what's right. I wish you the best, Curtis. You are one of the good ones. You're a supporter. Whew, Chris, that must have been fun to write. Dang. Nice. All right. What's this? These are
Patreon members who haven't sent us email messages.
okay. Raise a door. Hey Curtis, just wanted to reach out and say hi. We haven't had the chance to meet in person yet, so allow me to introduce myself. I'm Razador, and I'm a new assistant manager here at WinTech. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions or even ever need any help. I also may or may not hold it against you if you watch my YouTube videos, Razador, on company time. Nice! And please don't feel the need to address me formally. We're WinTech at the end of the day, and we have each other's backs. Trev and I are going out for a beer at the Dreaming Tree later. You should join us. You should join us, man. He has a hilarious potato story you just have to hear. Cheers, Curtis. Hope to hear from you soon. Warm wishes, Razador. Moffat Reborn.
Moffat said that we can skip it. If you want,
Oh,
you
got
can
another
read
long
through it.
You got another long one. Okay, I'm gonna skip it because I gotta go. Checking dice. Hey Curtis, did you see last week's escapades with Fox and Diane? That show is the bomb. I can't wait for next week's episode. Just a heads up, Friday we plan to get our dice game on and play some rifts. I got it done, that Glitter Boy armor. Yo, and take out the GM's Coalition Horde. Let me know if you want in. New episode of the Space Niners this weekend too. I swear the show is getting better and better. I almost like it over Jimmy T and Company. See you when I see you, Clyde. All right, that's great, awesome. Thanks, guys. So what do we have? A phone? Do we have phones?
Yeah, check the notes. I'm not sure which of these. You can call Razador. He wasn't in our previous Phantasmagoria 2.1 live stream. 0713.
Uh-oh. Can I hook? Oh no.
No, just click 4 random numbers, and then until you hear the busy signal, then try it.
Okay.
So try 0713.
Chris, no apologies. It's hilarious.
You've reached the desk of Razador, assistant manager at
Razador.
WinTech. I'm not here at the moment, but be sure to visit my YouTube page, Razador, and give my man Curtis some love by checking out his gig at Conversations with Curtis. I'll get back to you as soon as possible, babe. Ciao.
Nice job. Awesome. I love it. I love it. That's so great. Other things? Is there, where's the
no.
where's
Where's the what?
where's Maleka's cubicle?
Well, you can go take the elevator to the first floor.
I did not realize how much fun you guys would have with those emails. That's awesome. That was
First
so.
of all, you can take the elevator to the basement. Basement 2.
Basement 2. Okay. Looking around. I look very like I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble. Someone's basement 2. Insert disc 6 of Phantasmagoria 2 and press button to continue. Alright, fair enough. Nice. Like the music. Oh, back in there. So where am I going? 1?
1, yeah.
There's 1. Oh.
This is the floor I'm currently on.
How do I go? How do I get out of here?
That's some great voiceover. Go into the
Oh, there we
office.
go. Here?
Yeah.
And then this one? Hey, there's Tori. That's awesome.
That's Adrian Delaney. Let's leave her alone right now. She's coping with loss.
Ah, there's Maleka.
That's Maleka's dog, Levi. Such a pretty dog. Maleka's our employee of the month, so we sent her on a vacation to Dimension X.
Nice. Anything else? Was there our
Yeah,
two?
let's conclude with the conclusion video because now it contains Adrian.
Okay,
So
what's the conclusion?
Go
video?
downstairs, go to the elevator, go
Going. Daniel, this works like a charm. I mean, like, this is working even with my crappy Mac and on OBS. It's just so smooth. Nice job.
I tested on a Mac because I'm showing it on a Mac.
Okay, so I'm going back down to BS.
No.
B2.
But to 0, to L. Sorry, L. I remember that you insisted that it be 0, and I changed it to 0, and someone else played it on his live stream, and he didn't know what 0 meant, so I changed it back to L.
Lobby's better. Yeah, L1, 2, that's better. All right, what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing?
So go to the storage room.
Storage room. This way.
Yeah. And look at the computer screen on the left. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at it and click it.
Just click it anywhere.
Phantasmagoria 2? A puzzle of flesh? What the hell is this? Why are they using pictures of me and Jocelyn to advertise this game?
Why are they?
Why are they? So, now we can go back to the office.
Okay, back to the office. Did I have to do this to do the next thing? Did this trigger something?
Yeah, but it triggers the Curtis's realization of what's actually happening here.
Okay, go back in the office. Oh, nice. Is this it? This is our...
It's just a game,
Oh,
Curtis.
that's right.
Curtis, it's only a game.
Curtis, it's a game.
It's just a game, Curtis.
Curtis, it's just a game.
Curtis, it's just a game.
Hi, Curtis. I didn't want to tell you this, but you need to know. It's only a game, Curtis. Okay? Do you understand? It's just a game. Sorry.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm going to scoot us back over here. And I'm going to say, Daniel, you are... Have I mentioned that Daniel Albu is a genius? Has anybody heard me say that anytime recently? He is. You're an absolute genius, man. Nice work. That's incredible.
Thank you.
And this is
Much appreciated.
him putting extra time into this above and beyond all the other stuff. So it's just mind-blowing. The video is actually quite unnerving and creepy. It really is. Yeah, it's a couple of little things. Amazing work, Daniel, says YT Wonder. It runs incredibly smooth. Love the new locations and community contributions. Yeah, you're just doing some wonderful stuff. I am going to look at your email, Moffat Reborn, if I had more time. I'm 10 minutes over where I thought we were just going to go for an hour, so I got to go.
We'll do a live stream of just reading that email.
Yeah. But listen, I just, again, thank you all so much for being a part of this and keeping this going. It's continually surprising to me that this thing kind of happened and that we're all in this together. I never would have in a million years thought that A, that I'd be doing this, and that B, we'd be doing this for over a year now, and that we're going to go into the next year and continue. That just shows you that life throws you a lot of, you just never know when something's going to happen. And when something as wonderful as this happens at this stage of my life, it just shows that we got to be open to new things, and just to know that if you think you're stuck in any one area of your life, opportunities are going to show up when you least expect it, and to be ready for that. So I just really appreciate it. And Daniel, I appreciate you, and thank you for all your work.
I appreciate you as well.
It's been a real pleasure. And I'm going to be in Mexico for 2 weeks. So I leave on, well, technically on Wednesday, but I'm out. We're getting ready to get out of here. We fly Thursday, but we're going to be leaving this house on Wednesday to go get ready. So won't see anybody. I'm going to try to be offline as much as possible. I won't really be doing anything for the next 2 weeks, and we'll be back on the 28th, and then we will do one more Monkey Island stream the Friday before the first of the year, and then
And I'll take the reins.
Yeah, good
and
luck.
I'll do a bunch of live streams and a bunch of cool stuff and release tons of videos that I've worked on. And we'll release Micros Curtis, which is the microscope puzzle with conversations with Curtis.
So there's gonna be a lot.
assets.
Daniel will have a lot of fun. He's gonna put some
Yeah.
content stuff that we've had sitting around ready to visit, and so we'll do that. And he's got some interviews, and so I'll be curious how that goes. And,
I feel like a teenager whose parents are going on vacation, and he left me the house. all
yeah,
to
he asked me
myself,
for the
so-
he asked me for the password to the Zoom app.
Yeah,
So I'm in
it's
trouble.
over.
There. Yeah. All right, guys, have a good one. Happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year, all the stuff, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. But really, more than anything, thank you. All right, take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye. What a stupid year. That was all right.